Cases in Italy overtake China as U.S. infections pass 100,000. Here are the latest key coronavirus pandemic developments from around the world. U.S. cases passed 100,000. Doctors and nurses on the front lines of the U.S. coronavirus crisis pleaded on Friday for more protective gear and equipment to treat waves of patients expected to overwhelm hospitals as the number of known U.S. infections surpassed 100,000, with more than 1,600 dead. The ratings agency Fitch has cut Britain's sovereign debt rating to A, saying debt levels will jump as the government ramps up its spending to offset the near shutdown of the economy in the face of coronavirus. Italy overtook China to become the second worst affected country after the US. Italy also recorded the highest daily rise in deaths anywhere since the outbreak began, with 969 fatalities. Chinese authorities reverse planned reopenings of movie theaters. China's official media also told people to stay on guard against the coronavirus on Saturday, and restrictions on foreigners entering went into effect, as the country reported no new locally transmitted infections and a small drop in imported cases. Australia stepped up enforcement of social distancing rules on Saturday. In an attempt to contain community transmission of the novel coronavirus, states across the country implemented fines, closed beaches and threatened stricter measures if people defy pleas to stay at home. More than 100 Australian doctors and dentists returned to Australia after being stranded on a cruise ship off the coast of Chile. Moody's downgraded South Africa's sovereign credit rating to junk status on Friday, heaping more pain on an economy already in recession and now staring down the barrel of a steep contraction over the global coronavirus pandemic. A global shortage of condoms is looming. The world's biggest producer of condoms warned of a global shortage after a coronavirus lockdown forced it to shut down production. Iranian doctors say hundreds have died after ingesting toxic methanol. An Iranian doctor said hundreds have died and thousands have been sickened from ingesting toxic methanol across the Islamic Republic out of the false belief it kills the new coronavirus. Passengers on cruise ship stranded off Panama coast issued desperate plea. Passengers on a cruise ship stranded off the coast of Panama issued a desperate plea to be allowed to dock after 4 people died during a COVID-19 outbreak on board. Argentina saw a record jump in cases. Despite the full national lockdown declared on March 20, the country reached 690 cases and 17 deaths so far, with 101 new cases and 5 deaths reported Friday. The capital city of Buenos Aires is the worst hit, with 223 cases, followed by the province of Buenos Aires with 193. South Korea reports highest new cases in a week. South Korea reported 146 new coronavirus cases on Friday, the highest number in a week, its disease control agency said on Saturday, with the country suffering a rise in imported cases from Europe and the United States during recent days. Lockdowns around the world bring rise in domestic violence. Women and children who live with domestic violence have no escape from their abusers during quarantine, and from Brazil to Germany, Italy to China, activists and survivors say they are already seeing an alarming rise in abuse.